2 minutes left. Almost there. Hopefully we can get some 4 or 5 star from the Mystic pool. Although I already got Rin from a normal 4-star Moonlight Summon. So that'd be a shame. But hopefully we're looking to get Fallen Cecilia here. And we'll see how it goes in just a few minutes. Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it. Hoping to get at least my first 5-star here from the Mystic pool. Alright, now let's try and refresh it and see what the next rotation is.
To the infinite library.
Let's go here. Next rotation will be Tam. I'd rather have Ludwig, so let's just pull for Ludwig here. We're going for Cece though. Wish us luck. Alright, first 4-star. Let's see what we got here. Start Gauntlet. Those aren't bad. They're really good for PvP, so not a bad 4-star to get out of the rotation. Oh, another 4-star. Looking for them 5, so start Gauntlet. Guess they want to come back for us. Huh? Is it? Is it? Yes!
Are you someone
Finally! Pull 253. There we go. Pulls over. We got Fallen Cecilia. Or 254.
We still what now?
Now we got the character I want, so I can just save it.
Oh,
Oh my god. Finally, babe. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. Well, this has never happened before. Let's buy lottery ticket.
Yeah, I should buy a lottery ticket. Alright, well. Guess I'll start using her and gearing her a bit for a little bit. 1 second. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's start leveling her up here. Let's also take a look and see. I'm super hype here. Let's It's just recent. Finally, man. Let's see, what do we want here? Do I want... I'm gonna actually unequip one of my characters here. Whew. It's good stuff. See, I don't really use DN very much anymore. Let's see. It's got that effect resist speed. That's good enough for that. Actually see what we got here. See, does this have, that has health? Trying to figure out what I actually want to build her here. It'll just take a minute. See, oh yeah, Tenebria has this one. That's for speed. See, do I want... See, Herado's got 18% health. Actually, I may take Herado's here, looking at it. May have to take his. Yeah, I'll probably end up... It's going to be unfortunate. I'm gonna take apart a few characters here. Who is wearing my other ring here? Whew. I'm giddy, man. That's super hype. Don't need that ridiculous speed there. It's a bit high for what I'm actually needing here. See, defense, don't need that. Go ahead and grab these boots. It's gonna be awkward because we're gonna get this one for Herado. And change. See, even though it's a better boot. Alright, let's see. Dizzy can use. Alright, we're gonna have to do a little bit more messing around here. Do we have any? Sorry. Just be a little bit here. See, 23, 16, 25, 9, 14. Okay. Alright, let's just start equipping and see what we got here. Once we can find her. Man, 254.5 pulls for that. It feels good though, man. Like, now I'm not even like salty at all my pulls. Like, that's fine. As long as I get in like 250. Get something. See here. Effectiveness. Let's see if there's any other health attack. Health. Do we actually... This is actually going to be a tough one here, so... I thought I unequipped... No, I didn't unequip Dizzy. Shit. Okay, that's completely my bad then. There. I'm going to have to find Dizzy again. Sorry, you're just gonna watch my money rip with all this unequips. So that one's definitely something we want here. Sorry, Dizzy. Sorry, Dizzy. I know I'm a pleb Dizzy, but it's okay. Okay, let's move this over to Dizzy. Probably not the best choice, but it's whatever. See, fallen CC, fallen CC. That was 4 pulls. That was insane. Insane, man. But it was after 251 of not getting them, then 4 more pulls, so that puts it up to 255 pulls total, without a 4 or 5 star mystic, until I got one of the ones from the pool. How's it going, Berkey? Or, yeah, Twinkie Berkey. Sorry. I was like, that's how you say it? Yeah, that's how you say it. I think. Don't think I'm completely butchering it and making a fool of myself. I think. Let's see, this. Yeah, I'll do that one. Let's see here. See if we can do health there. Thanks, man. It's like so long since I got a real friggin' character and stuff like that. It's so hype. So happy about it. I'm extremely, extremely happy about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, man. It's a long time a coming. Let's see here. Do we have to switch off? We'll probably have to switch off something. Do I have? This is awkward because I'm gonna have to switch every character. Let's see, how much better is this? I only used 200, but before that I used 12,500 and didn't get a single 4 or 5 star. Is something to take into consideration. Alright. Let's just put that on as a placeholder. Don't really need it. She's got so much speed. Damn. Damn, son. Let's see here. See, where's my Tywin? I don't need as much HP for him. Or did he have it, or who had it? Who had my really, really nice chess piece that I'm thinking of here? Who dare? Who dare? I know someone had it. Someone had a really insane chess piece. See, that's effect resist. That's nice, but don't need it. I know I had someone with like a 30% HP. Oh, Bologna adds my 30% HP. What's she doing with that one? She could really use that one instead. Yeah, Tama's really good. Ludwig also really good, but if you don't need the DPS, I'd definitely hold for Tama, man. Alright, there's one. Let's see. Let's see the difference here. More defense, about the same. Effective resist. A little bit less speed. I would like some more effectiveness, so let's see who I have effectiveness rings on. It's a good question. Who do I have effectiveness rings on? So those are my DPS ones. Harada's got my damage one. Tywin's got my defense speed one. Alright, this could get a little awkward, but let's try this here. Actually, we'll just screw it. We'll mess around with her gear later. We'll just do this for now. Her effectiveness is too low, but that's fine. I'm actually going to do something I've never done in a really long time. I'm actually going to pull... Not bad, man. Elbrus and Moonlight Rin at a 1k bookmarks is pretty good. Granted, my pulls were amazing, but it's also after 251 pulls of basically complete garbage. So, gotta take that into account too. Eventually, if you keep on pulling garbage, I guess you'll just pull something good. Fallen Cecilia. Okay, let's see who we got here. Let's see. They've got... Alright, let's go. Ken's probably gonna be pretty quick through this level. I usually don't do this, but I just want to power level her without using, what should we call it? Without using my, without using my, penguins.
Here I go. I'll teach you who's the best.
Let's try to do this as quick as humanly possible here. Alright, 13. How's everyone doing this morning? Or afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. Obviously, yeah, switch her gear around later, but just want to put something in there so she doesn't die horribly. It's my goal. I don't want her to die a terrible, terrible death. I'll be also making a build guide for MLCC once when she's built. I'll probably be plus 15ing her, most likely, to be completely honest, so should be good. Just taking advantage of this juicy XP here.
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
I'll also probably put regular Cecilia. I'm not sure yet, but I'll probably fodder my regular Cecilia into Moonlight Cecilia, and then if I really like her, I might use my 2 imprints. I've been thinking about teaming her up with... I'll do some tests, but I think Angelic Montmorency might be a really good team to have with her.
Here I go. See how much better I am? Ultimate!
The death of my enemies made me stronger. Not enough?
Oh, okay. It's going to be okay.
This is truth, then. She is super broken if you do use her, though. I don't have Tam yet. She's another character I really want, but it's alright. I'm not too worried about it.
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
Here I go.
You have no idea how relieved I am after 254. 254. Then on the 255th, finally getting my first mystic. It just feels so relieving. It's like now I can be happy even if I have awful luck. Like I can just be satisfied. Feels good, man. Oh, Moonlight can counter here. Got the big boys.
Here I go.
550 bookmarks or pulls?
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
It was 5 pulls, but yeah, it was my 5th pull. But thank you, thank you. That's better than my 12,500 bookmarks I spent before to get 0 pulls. Much better. Very nice.
My past, regrets, and hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
Yeah, I'm super happy about it. Super duper happy.
Okay. I'll teach you who's the best.
The death of my enemies.
Maybe
made
do
me
it.
stronger.
Maybe I'll do a face reveal soon, so you can see the disgusting human being that I am.
That must have been painful. Here I go.
Wait,
Yes.
My goal is I'm gonna try and take her out next Friday, like full build, or not next Friday, this Friday. Yeah.
step aside.
Who's your most wanted ML then?
Starts now.
I'll take care of this.
Out of curiosity.
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
That must have been painful.
Any 5-star MLs in particular you're looking for? Or?
Oh, okay.
Interesting. I love Moonlight Tenebria. She's one of my favorite MLs.
Over here.
I'm not a huge fan of Moonlight Chloe, but I mean, those two are not the most popular
The
picks.
death of my enemies made me stronger.
Appreciate that you want to do something a little different there. You know, always nice to see some variety in this game. Let's do some more crack in the world. Waste all of our Skystone here. See, also another red one. So we will soul.
I'll shatter your pride.
Looks like her damage is starting to go up here. Probably be pretty decent after a while.
It's going to be okay.
I'm the same way, man. I do my own thing. That's why when people are like, oh, don't use this team, it's like, man, you can get high enough, can enjoy the game. That's what it's all about, man.
The death of my
Don't need to
enemies made
worry.
me stronger.
Ooh, she's already at 10k HP.
How dare you!
No. Got the decreased hit.
Smash you!
Rude. That Moonlight Kenny damage though. Put like all attack on him. It's just a big counter ball here.
Sure,
Help me level up really quick.
Wait,
trust me.
the death of my enemies made me stronger.
Even if it's just a little. I really want to help. It's going to be okay.
Like me!
Aw. Whoa, that's a cool animation for her stun. Look at that. She's on her knees. I'm an edgy boy, Than. Gotta have my edgy girl. For edgy boys.
I'll smash you!
I like the little detail on her being stunned and kind of like crossing her knees in and falling down. That's actually really awesome. I'm glad they did something different.
The death of my enemies made me
Hey man,
stronger.
there is nothing wrong with that. I'm just making fun of myself, man.
Fall
It's gonna be so sad.
and never get back on your feet. Here I go.
Yeah. Honestly think for her model, there's certain parts that are really good about her model. I think her hand, her hair, her tail and stuff like that are really good. I think
It's going to be okay.
Like me!
Riften, huh? Lol.
Teach you who's the best!
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
Doesn't Tenno already have some 5-star?
It's hard, but I won't give up. That must have been painful.
I think my main problem with the Moonlight Tenebria sprite, hey Chico, how's it going? Is I think her face thing is a little bit too high up, and I don't think they did a great job on the dress. But other parts of this sprite look like really finished, if you actually look at the full thing, at least in my opinion. I just think like the dress, like her kind of like body, and also the little face, what's coming off of it. If you look at her, like her and her animation, it looks quite different than the sprite is my only real complaint about it. It's not the best sprite in the world. Yeah, I think they could upgrade the sprite a little bit. I mean, I'm sure someone who made that probably finds that very rude, but it's okay.
Let me take
It's just an opinion.
your pain away. Here I go.
My past, regrets, and hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
Thanks, Chico. See, now I can't complain anymore about not getting any Mystic 5 or 4 or 5 star in 250 pulls. Look at that beautiful avatar there. I love it. I love her actual art. It looks so amazing. Let's see, do I still have one more try on this place? Yeah, I do. You know what? I think you're right too. I think Montmorency suffers from kind of the same thing.
That must have been painful.
Fight me! See how much better I am?
Aw, he ultimates one person. Rip. Could have stopped it, but
The death of my enemies
too busy
made
just
me
looking at
stronger.
their dresses now that
Step aside.
Brian mentioned Montmorency's. I'm just staring at it,
Sure.
trying to pick it apart.
It's going to be okay.
I wish everyone good luck on their polls, now that I don't have to be a salty boy because I haven't gotten anything in over 250 polls. I also polled on this banner 80 times, so, and didn't get anything, so it's kind of like,
Here I go.
you know, something is due to come up. Thank you, Nova.
Must have been painful.
First Mystic pull out of my Mystic summons. Feels good. Feels redeeming, gotta say. Feels very, very redeeming.
Here I go.
My free 5 star from the ticket.
I'll take care of this.
What did I get? I got Kisei.
The death of my
Yeah, I got
enemies made
Kisei.
me stronger.
Nice, Nova.
It's going to be
I'm just on the high from getting my first 5 star Mystic. I'll be streaming later tonight too. You're in YJ's guild right now, right, Nova? Tonight I'll be going through... I'll probably be streaming a little bit early tonight. I might just be chilling in here because I'm in a better mood.
Past, regrets,
Stopped streaming so much because I've had really bad luck and it's kind of been tilting me, to be honest.
Here I go.
I'll teach you who's the best!
We will see Cecilia in arena, but probably not tonight. I will showcase her, and then I'm gonna also do a full guide video on her. So I'm gonna be doing a showcase, and I'll also be doing a full-on guide on her. I haven't done a guide in a while, and I know a lot of people have been aching for a guide. And finally pulling something makes me a lot more motivated to actually get some guides out here. Say what you want, but I was really demotivated after just seeing all these moonlights and really bad defense. Hoping to make it kind of like more, I don't know how to call it, but like an unorthodox arena team. Maybe you will get her, Chico. Maybe you will. I'm tired of like the speed stall from Dizzy and like all those.
How much better I am? Ultimate!
Yeah.
Trust me.
She will help, and it will be very, very
The
nice.
death of my enemies made me stronger.
I'm thinking of doing, like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna build. I'm gonna try a couple things
Sure.
and see how it works out. It's gonna be more of like a 2-3 turn team though, to deal with the current meta.
Here I go.
So we'll just have to see
Aside.
how it goes, to be honest.
Here I go.
And she may be in my first plus 15. I plus 13 biking. It's my highest before that.
It's going to be okay.
How dare you?
Over here.
Trust me.
She's gonna have a similar HP to Corvus also. It's one thing to keep in mind. I think she's like the second highest HP in the game or something like that. I agree with that, Brian.
I'll shatter.
100% agree with that. How much spare mole do I have?
It's hard,
I have 40 something right now, Chico.
but I won't give up. That must have been painful.
And I'll be getting the rank up pack. So it's gonna be like 50 something. I get the special ones. That's what I do.
Here I go.
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
Yeah, that's one of the other things is like you get the huge speed cleaves then without her.
My past, regrets, and hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
I want a DPS that has
It's going to be okay.
some sort of, I guess, does the fire guy have like a debuff nullifier? Did I read that right? That he has like a passive debuff nullifier where he like removes all of his buffs? Because he might actually be pretty good in the current meta. Yeah, that really sucks, Brian. I just like full on meme it. But we aren't as, I don't think we're as high as whatever guild you're in. We're not super high, we're like 200 and something. Which isn't the most difficult. I usually destroy most teams. It's very rarely I ever have much of a challenge because we're a bit lower. I usually try and pick on the hardest people on their team too. Tell me about the RNG roll on speed gear. See, that's what I'm hoping Moonlight CC will do for me. Is that like remove kind of that extra layer of RNG.
Made me stronger. Not enough. Wait.
I'd really love, to be honest, to pull a grandpa. I could just be like, Grandpa. You got a grandpa? Then I could make a really nutty team, to be honest.
Here I go.
Probably gonna have to change CC up to have more effectiveness so she can actually taunt properly, but we'll see. We will see. Just have to do some tests and then figure it out from there, man.
I'll shatter.
Beautiful S3 though. Look at that. Yeah, I don't have Dark Corvo either. Dark Corvus would be lovely. Although I'm completely happy with my CC. I was looking for a good tank to come out too, so I'd honestly rather have her than pretty much any Moonlight.
I really want to help.
Regular CC is actually quite good, but she's more of like a defensive character. Her AoE taunt is amazing. That's why you'll see a lot of higher level players use her, because like AoE taunting an enemy team is just game breaking. And if she falls below half, you get that basically AoE attack reduction.
See how much better I am?
Pretty insane, to be honest. Alright, looks like we got one more for our spam XP pull, or spam XP runs. Do you actually use her in much, or no?
And never get back on your feet.
Is she 6-star or 5-star? Like, have you been using her much?
Here I go.
She's quite a popular arena defense. That's what I'm asking.
I'll teach you who's the best. Come
It's hard, but I won't
Ah.
give up.
How dare you?
That must have been painful.
I'm actually interested in how good MLCC will be in certain comps for PvE also. Because she could be a real force. considering you could use her nullifier. And then if you have like a weaker healer on your team, she could be really strong for any sort of endgame content that's coming out. Especially if we see some like mad attacks from certain bosses, that skill nullifier will just be insane. Run her especially with a pushback comp. Might be able to do some insane stuff. Run like Dizzy, Ladycia,
The death of my enemies made me
Wonder,
stronger.
Silk, Moonlight Cece. Just never give the enemy a turn, and then when they do get a turn, have full skill null on your character.
Here I go.
You probably won't be able to because she's only going to have 104 base speed, so it's going to be really hard to get her to go first. Is the thing. That's why a lot of people are saying it's going to counter Moonlight Says teams, but it's only really going to just make the gap that they need to fill for that damage a little bit harder to get on. One sec. Sorry, I just got a phone call there. Skill nullifier is quite good. I've used it on Ladycia. It's a lot stronger than most people think. It depends where you position her. Let's see, that's gonna be health. Needs 6, so 6. Yeah, we'll have enough. Let's see, what's her stats at right now? She's more she's not really the Dizzy counter. She's more of the like Moonlight Says and stuff like that. That's what she's meant to be strong against. Or not Moonlight Says, regular Says. And ML lots. See, 14k. That's going pretty good. Let's see here. Probably farm some Golem up here. Let's see if Bologna. Let's see if this will work here. Yeah, she looks amazing.
I'll shatter.
Yeah, I should up my team tabs. It is definitely worth it.
Away with you.
Go barrier. Oh, boy. Pretty sure everyone has more team tabs than I do. Let's see if this team will actually work. My Lady of the Swamp's a bit tanky, so she's not super good. I really like her though. I use her from time to time. Like even, she hasn't maxed out her gear, she's more tanky here and she still does like really good damage. It looks like Moonlight CC is only 2 weeks long. From what it says on the timer, it only says 14 days left. Or we might get a different Moonlight 4-star. We'll just have to see what happens there. Okay, so that's good XP. The 14 days might just be for a new 4-star to position with Moonlight CC though. That could also be a thing, because we're not getting a change from Moonlight Rin yet. And that would actually put it at the automation tower. When the automation tower is released, we're gonna get a new 4-star at the very least for Moonlight, is what it looks like. So we'll have to keep our eye out for that.
I'll take care of this. How about this?
It might be
My enemies made me stronger.
the white suit guy with like the gauntlet or whatever. Brian, or the other one? Which white suit guy are we talking about? Yeah, he looks really cool. I hope he's not a Moonlight, because everyone's gonna want him, you know? And he seems to me like he'd be more suited for a regular character. Although purple powers could be pretty Moonlighty. Hey look, some more bookmarks. Let's see. Yeah, also farming that expression for our Lady of the Swamp here. Get level 10 expression someday. But as you can see, like the skill nullifier and the barrier, even in PvE, do quite a bit.
Never get back on your feet.
This is true. We could have another water boy. Maybe he'll be the green water boy.
All right, be careful. All right. I present to you the greatest magic.
Water boy. Okay, that's nice. Something to mechanically note here is that every time you go to a different stage in a level, Moonlight Cecilia recasts her passive S2, so you get the full shield.
I'll go. Let me help.
So that's actually really, really good for PvE. That'll also be really good for if you're positioning her for Hell Asmacallus or Automation Tower. You're going to move into the boss fights with that shield available.
side.
Also, he has a violet suit or dress or whatever you want to call that thing.
Away with you!
Come on, let's land a stun. Nope.
Release mana.
Someone's gonna die. My whole team, it looks like. I think I'm dead.
Don't play around!
Yeah,
Hell, wind!
first wipe in a while. I'll be dead. Oh well.
I'm not really that weak.
Not always 100% when I'm foddering. Luluka too, yeah.
I present to you the greatest magic.
What would purple element be anyways?
Shatter.
If we were to call it an element.
Your pride.
Away with you!
Does anyone know which 4 stars have good HP imprints?
Shall
I guess Kairon has a pretty good one.
we? Wait.
Or he's a 5 star.
Can you hold out for more?
That's what I meant. What 5 stars have good ones? I think Bologna has an HP imprint. Who else have we got?
So rude!
Yeah. Non-Soul Weaver, by the way. That's my one caveat there. Deanne has an attack imprint.
Away with you!
If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's an attack. I'm like 99.9% sure she has an attack imprint. But I know Kairon has an HP, Bologna has an HP. For like non-DPS. I think Tywin has an HP.
I present to you the greatest magic.
Yeah, Guider Aether, completely forgot. Very easy SSS, too. Basically free SSS for anyone who gets Guider Aether.
Away with you!
It's a good one. Just trying to think of HP scaling characters.
I despise everything boring.
Non-Moonlight, obviously, too. If that wasn't apparent. Talking about more accessible ones. See, Guider Aether's a good candidate. We've got Kairon's a good candidate.
Release mana.
So Bologna's a good candidate, but I'm looking for more like tanky bruisery with a HP imprint. Oh, I wish I had Crow. 50 rerolls and no Crow. Sad life. But, get good stuff. Anyways. Yeah, Soul has 10% defense, which I should probably move him out of his own imprint because he's not getting it right now in positioning wise.
Present to you the greatest magic.
Not too worried about the defense, I'm more worried about the
And never get back on your
HP.
Away with you!
Ooh, regular Ken? I wish I had regular
Death of
Ken.
my enemies made me stronger.
I'm coming!
Yeah.
How about this?
Yes, sure I can share it, Richard. You have to pull 254 times and get 0 4-star Mystic or 5-star Mystic, and then you can get some ML luck. That's how it works.
Can you hold out for more?
So rude! Don't play around!
Yeah, I got good luck today, but I've had really, really bad luck in the past. Hope you get better luck, but that's the truth. Not gonna pretend like it's all sunshine and rainbows here. Got some pretty bad stuff previously. Let's see here. 7 more levels. Be showcasing her, maybe even bringing her out for Guild War tonight. Depends how fast we end up going here.
My past, regrets, and hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
It'd be pretty crazy if we could get her in Guild War this quick. Show her same day. Although I'm gonna have to go out for a while.
Away with you!
Entertain me, please.
Have a good night then. If you're up by my next stream, I'll see you there. If you're joining.
I present to you the greatest.
I'll be streaming again in like 6 hours. I've gotta start getting stuff ready in a bit, then I'll be going out. But after that, I'll be on 6.5 hours from now. 6.5 hours from now, probably.
So rude!
Yeah, maybe you'll see a fully built CC by that time. I'll be mulling her also. I'll be investing at least some mola in her, so we'll be able to see some difference. Have a good sleep though, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
Can you hold out for more? I'll shatter. Your pride.
Away with you!
All right.
It's indeterminate whether we'll even get straws on our side is the thing. I think he might, if he ever does get released, I would think he'd be a Moonlight though. He may just be
Will you help me?
antagonist of this episode.
Release mana.
But I would not ever recommend whaling for mystics, because there is absolutely no guarantee you're going to get anything with mystics. It's, you could get lucky, sure, but chances are you're just going to end up really miserable. Trust me, I bought one before. Just feels bad. I only ever bought one, though. Instant regret. Especially since you get so much mystics from other stuff too, like if you're doing guild wars and winning at decently high ranks, you'll be getting like on average 200 to 300 a week. Because you're gonna get like 80 or something like that for a win. And then pretty decent, like 60 or so for a loss if you're winning your fights.
How about this? Okay. I present to you the greatest magic. So rude. I'll go. Step aside.
This is true. He does have two versions. Yeah, it's questionable though, because we've never seen them really introduce. Because think about it, in the first episode we had a few, like, antagonists, like the Emperor or whatever, and they didn't get released as heroes, so there's no really precedent for Straze to get released as a hero, you know what I mean? So it's kind of up in the air. They could do anything at this point and it's not really worth banking on it. For the other heroes, like the one guy with the glove with that was in some of the story already as one of our forces, like I would see him for sure getting released as one of the heroes we can use, especially since he's talked about so much by the fans. I would love to see Straze on our side, but I'm just not, I'm not really banking on it or think it's really probable at this point, to be honest. Just looking at what they've done in the past, not convinced yet. Naigo looks awesome, man. It is very debatable, but unfortunately it's one of those debates that's like, well, there's so much for and against, it's like really moot point. Naigo would be fun to have though. Poison Boy. Screw these human characters. Or furries. We want a full beast. Lizard beast. Or whatever it is. Lizard, dragon, worm. purple
I present to you.
poison monster. I don't know how you classify him.
I'll shatter
He looks cool though. He looks super cool.
your pride. Away with you. Step aside. All right. Shall we? Not enough. Release mana. Will you help me?
Hey, Ashmere. How's it going, man? Been a while. Thank you very much, man. How you been? Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't release him too, Richard. Like, there's so much work that's already gone into him, like, just release him already, man. But that's also why I'm not convinced about straws. That sucks, dude.
And never get back on your feet.
I'm pretty happy about my CC pull, but I've been pretty sick still. I know it's going on like a month and a half, 2 months now. Hopefully get better soon. Yeah, such is life, man. Such is life, is the truth.
All right. I despise everything boring. I present to you the greatest magic.
My life is like, I know. It's been pretty not that great. You know, like CC came to cheer me up. To be honest. Not gonna lie about it. I know, right?
Away with you.
Kaz probably just didn't want to come in because he pulled Moonlight CC on one pull or something. Not that I've actually even checked what he's pulled. I know, right? Number one waifu Kaz. He waifus everyone.
I'll shatter your pride. Release mana.
I'll just tell Kaz that he can pull now. Yeah. It's about 13,000 before I got my first 5-star Mystic. Which is Moonlight CC.
Careful.
Ooh, nice. She's amazing PvE. And also, if you pair her with Cecilia and use her S2 on the cooldown, she's one of the best offensive characters in PvP also. She's, in my opinion, the best soul weaver for PvE though. And I don't think that's very... Like, there's not much of disagreement with that either. She's just that good at PvE. Thoughts on CC? I'll have to... Are you talking regular CC or Moonlight? Moonlight, I'll be giving my thoughts once I have a couple days to play around with her. Yeah, if you had a Cecilia, she would be amazing in PvP, but without her, she's just, okay. You have to position her in very non-meta comps to make her successful in PvE without this area, so you have to do kind of more of a stall comp, which people just generally don't do.
Away with you! I present to you the greatest magic.
I'm really interested to see how Moonlight CC plays out. I'll be trying her on a few different artifacts and a few different sets also. So probably see me messing around on stream. I'll probably be streaming more often than I have been. I might just like for this week at least, since I got some content to stream, I might actually just hop in whenever I'm playing and not many people are around here that I have to do other things. Just got real life things also I gotta take care of.
Release men.
Like I have
And hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
meeting tomorrow morning,
Away with you!
and then I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow afternoon. But other than that, in between, I'll probably be streaming, to be honest, after getting a few things for job search done. Although it's hard to search for jobs when you're sick all the time and sleep like 15 hours a day.
Can you
See
hold
here,
out for
what time
more?
is it? That's noon. Still got some time. Still got some time.
I'll go.
I'll take care of this.
I'm actually the biggest date. Also, I keep this in mind, Hashmi. There's gonna be, like, especially you, because I know you haven't been playing as much, and I don't know if you're keeping track of the news, but on the I think it's 26th of June, 2 weeks from now, there's gonna be apparently a bunch of rebalancing, and they're bringing in a repetitive 1 month cooldown tower of 100 levels that'll give us gear. So there's going to be some really good content coming out on June the 26th, and then in July they're going to add the rest of Hell as McCallus raid. So we got a lot of 27th. Let's see, it's exactly 2 weeks from now, so 27th some people's time. 26th my time will be when it's out. But for a lot of people that'll be the 27th.
I'll shatter. Your pride.
Yeah, so we'll have lots to do. It'll be really fun. Or that's what I'm hoping. I think it will. I mean, you can come back and say it's not fun and you tricked me, but I think we'll be getting some good stuff here. Yeah, I think like these 2 weeks you're gonna have a little bit to do. You're gonna get the new story coming out later today, and then that'll be good to hold you over for a little bit. And then in 2 weeks time you're gonna have the automation tower that is gonna change every month, they said, and is gonna give you really good rewards. And then the Hell Raid's gonna come out the next month, so probably I'm guessing maybe 2 weeks time from automation tower, is my speculation. Probably around then we'll start seeing the hell bosses come out. So we're gonna start seeing some like rapid fire of content after this long content drought. So that's really promising for me. Well, I'll be rushing everything myself. That's what I'll be doing. No doubt about it. The event that's coming out, yeah, the thing is it's going to be changing every month, so it'll stay interesting. I'll probably stream or record the entire automation tower. Like if I'm not streaming it, I'll be recording it so I can take a look at every single floor level. Obviously some of them will be just boring, like the first probably 60-70 floors aren't going to be really much of a challenge for endgame players, I wouldn't think. But then after that I'm sure you'll start seeing some interesting stuff and some challenges come out. I really hope they don't make like a floor 90 though, like you said. Like I don't want to have to deal with something like that again. I don't like the design of floor 90. I think it's a really silly encounter that benefits like only people who build one type of comp and makes like every other comp not viable. Which makes me quite sad. That is true. It does feel like it's artificial difficulty. Like you have to check like 20 boxes is the difficulty rather than it actually being like a challenge. It's more like, hey, did you check these 20 boxes before you came into Abyss 20 or Abyss 90? No, you didn't? Well, you better start mulling and creating some other characters. Like for me, how I finished it. I'm not even joking. How I finished it was I was like, fine, I'll use Angelica. I pulled out a level 50 Angelica with 0 Molagora. I equipped her with one of my character's gear. And I beat it in one attempt. Because I need to check that extra box that Angelica checked. That's how stupid the encounter was. I tried like a million different combinations. I'm like, no, I'm not going to use Angelica. I don't want to use this character. And then I'm like, well, I don't have Tama. And I don't use Angelica. So, fine. I'll just check this box. And I don't use Luna, like was one of the meta characters. I don't use like all these just straight damage characters, and I don't have many straight damage characters, so I was really just like, I didn't check certain boxes and it really just screwed me over. It's very, very sad. I don't think there will be nerfing. I think, I could be completely wrong here, but I think Smilegate doesn't really want to nerf any like 4 or 5 star characters. They only really want to, I've only really seen nerfs to the 3-star. I don't think anyone will see nerfs, to be honest. That's my speculation. My speculation is we won't see any nerfs. We may see buffs to characters like Sigrid and other ones that are just not used for any content right now. So we may start seeing these like really off meta characters like Sigrid and all these other ones that really don't have a good position in PvE or PvP, and doing something either with their skill set or just buffing some of their numbers to make them more relevant in the current content.
Can you hold out for more?
The thing is, if Sigrid had a higher % chance on her bleeds, she would be relevant. She just has like on her S1, I believe it's like 25% chance on her bleed. And then S2, you've only got 1 bleed on there. And it's like almost 100%. And then compare that with like other characters like Cern's 100% chance on the bleed if the target's bleeding, and 2 to 4 bleeds on her S2, and it's kind of like, well, Sigurd's supposed to be a 5-star? Like, haste is really strong. I don't think we'll see anything to haste. Viken's like any buff to bleed characters is indirectly going to buff Viken, so I don't think we'll see any changes to Viken. I'm just actually gonna take up the DB right now, and I'll tell you my predictions for, let's just say my predictions for characters who are gonna be buffed or potential buffs. Just gonna look at them mechanically. So don't mind if I don't respond in a second, because I'm looking through these.
I present to you the greatest magic.
My past, regrets, and hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
Away with you! Entertain me, please. Help! Okay. Can you hold out for more? Will you help me? Coming!
I love her design and stuff like that. I'm just looking in the problem is they've already tried buffing a lot of characters that are still quite weak. Like, I would say Ravi, but they've already done some buffing or nerfing to her, so I don't know if they would try and buff her. Basar, like, he's still a bit weak, but we don't, I'm not sure if they're gonna touch the ones that they've already touched before. Like Basar, who's a little bit weaker than some of the other 5-star heroes. Sigrid, they haven't buffed her, so I think she's a prime candidate, especially since she's been performing quite low for a very long time. I'm just thinking, like, they've been throwing out minor buffs to a lot of characters. You may see, like, a buff to, like, Yuna and characters like that.
Away with you!
Also.
Let me help!
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though if they rebuffed Ravi a little bit. Although she's still quite strong in a lot of things, she just doesn't do any debuffs, so she needs to be quite strong, is her kind of thing. Oh, are we gonna die here? Probably gonna die.
Fall. And never get back on your feet.
Yeah, Yuna has a lot of potential. They did stealth buff Zeno, by the way. Not many people know it, but they did stealth buff him. Yep, it's a wipe. It's alright. It's alright, Mike. Zeno's scaling used to only be 4% of his HP. They moved his scaling in a stealth buff. Not many people know this because it wasn't actually public. They actually moved his scaling from 4% health, at least based on the data mine numbers, to 10% and 12% of self-health. So they buffed his damage quite a bit. But they didn't really tell anyone about it. Or the data mining was wrong off the bat, one or the other.
Away with you.
Which, using him, I think they actually buffed him. But, I mean, it was like 4% when you looked at the data mine, so... Yeah. I don't think, like... And I think he had more attack percentage back then, too. Actually, no, I think the attack percentage was still the same. I think it's still 0.5. Because I remember him doing, like, 0 damage. But now I can see him doing okay damage. So I think they did buff him. Wish I had access to the edits of what they changed in data mining. Yeah, I'm hoping in this episode, hopefully early on, we see it, because remember, this episode's probably gonna be 5 months long, because I believe they said every month they're gonna release, I forget if it was every 2 weeks or every month, they're gonna release a new chapter of the story. So we're gonna see constant rolling content here, which is gonna be good, because we're gonna have the automation tower, and then we're also gonna have chapters coming like one after the others. So we're gonna see a lot of changes in the game. We're gonna see a lot of like fresh content rather than the kind of lull we're seeing now. This is just my speculation, though. It's not. I'm not on the dev team, obviously, or any of the community team. It's just what I see from what they've announced and my thoughts. Do I care about the story? A little bit, to be honest. Like, out of a mobile game story, I'd say this is actually a really good story compared to most mobile games. That's why I actually somewhat care, because I'm like, well, if a mobile game is gonna make a story that isn't like completely awful, you know what? I care a little bit about the story. It's been pretty funny. Like, I've enjoyed playing through the story. I'm not gonna lie, like, I've enjoyed it. I've like laughed at some of their jokes, like, you know, all this kind of stuff. So I can't say that I'm not looking forward to this story, because that would just be untrue. Oh, there's our timer. We've got like half an hour left. I I think the story could be a lot better. Like, obviously it's not like JRPG level story that I'm like in love with, but the thing is,
I despise everything boring.
it lasts a month. I think they'll have, I'm hoping they won't limit the amount of tries, because it's 100 levels, right? The automation towers can be 100 levels, so if you have 3 tries a day and it lasts a month, that means you can do 90 levels in a month, unless you use leaves, if it shares something like that. So that's my concern with the tower too, Richard, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, you know, you might have to save those leaves, and you might have to try and climb by using a lot of leaves. Then you won't be able to use those for Abyss if they're sharing the Abyss tokens. So I'm hoping it's just like free entry until you can finish it. I hope it's not gated. Nope, nothing good. Maybe we can get to 50 before the server shuts down.
never get back on your feet. Away with you.
Yes, I did watch most of E3. I'm surprised how many promising RPGs we're getting for the Switch, although I don't have one. Like, looks like there could be some hidden gems on the Switch from the E3 trailer. And Bethesda had a pathetic year, and I'm like, wow, you guys suck, man. Like, I'm like, you know, your story looks less convincing than Epic 7's story, man. Your story games. And I just hope they do, when they release Elder Scrolls 6. I hope they do it right, man. Ubisoft. Okay, one thing I have to say about Ubisoft. These are obviously my opinions. A lot of it's joking and stuff like that, though. I haven't played a Ghost Recon game for years. Judging on like the background I saw of like the current Ghost Recon that's coming out and like how it's developed in similar ways to God of War, I think it's actually going to be a really good game. Like the amount of effort and detail they're putting in, I just hope everything else falls into place, but it looks like they're trying really hard to make something good. So I usually knock Ubisoft, like, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the companies I probably give the most shit to, but their new Ghost Recon game actually looks really cool. Like, I might actually play it, even though I'm not a huge fan of the series, just because I think it would be a really interesting and fun game to play. But other than that, like, I don't care about any of their other releases this year. Just as a disclaimer, like, everything else, no, not really.
I present to you the greatest magic.
It looks like the production and effort they put in is like really, like, I can't knock them for that, you know what I mean? I was shocked that I actually was like enjoying it. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. I really like the 15 combat system. A lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, it was trash, like blah blah blah, but no, I really like the 15 combat system. Hate on me, shit on me. I really like 15 game too, so I'm really looking forward to 7 also. I didn't know about the episodic release though, that's my only concern about it. Also, Final Fantasy VIII is one of my favorites, so I'm glad we're getting that remaster, remade, or whatever it is. Because I really liked it. It was one of my favorites. 6 being my absolute favorite. Then I'd say it's kind of like a wash between 7, 8, and 15 for me. Then probably 12. Yeah, 12. I enjoyed that more than I thought I would. 12 and 9 is after that for me. And then kind of everything else is just all over the place. Oh, you haven't played it? A lot of people hate the story, man. Just warning you, a lot of people absolutely hate that game. I found it was different. Like, yeah, sure, it's in like an academy city and kids and like, yeah, whoop-de-doo, but I found like I really like some of the childish humor, not gonna lie. Number 6 is the one with Kefka. Final Fantasy 6 and 3 in North America is what it would be for people who are playing in North America. If you played it on the SNES, it was Final Fantasy 3. And it was like my childhood game, man. I love that game. I beat it probably about 6 or 7 times. I've gotten every single character in it. My favorite character? I don't know who... See, my favorite character in that game is probably... All the characters are really likable. I really liked Cyan. I really liked Sabin. I really liked... Shadow, like, when I was younger, I really liked Shadow. I don't like him as much anymore. Oh, Kefka is really cool. I can tell you a whole spoiler, basically, of the game, but I won't. But there's also a really cool character that you only get to play in one part of the game. But when you play him, like, he's a general. But I wish you got to play him more. He's a really cool character, too. I won't spoil anything. You should play it, though. It's... How I would describe the game is that it's actually very grandiose. Like, there's a larger scheme to things. Like, the world... One of the things I gotta say about that game is the world seems so... Like, even though it's not the biggest world, it seems huge because there's so many characters, so many different, like, forces and kingdoms and... like motivations from different characters that it feels like it's a really large world. It feels like you're in a really organic world because, like, you don't really, how do you put it? You don't really, you're not like one person with this sole goal and everything else doesn't matter. It's like, no, you run into people and you're like, oh, I really care about this person. I'm going to use them now. And then you go through their story. And it's like, I think there's something like 50 characters that are playable, like close to 50 or something like that. Like, you can even play as Umaru, I think his name is, a friggin' Yeti. You can play as Mog. Umaru's also a really cool character. And like, for all these characters that you can play, a lot of them, you have to go through their story. Like, you have to go and you have to find these characters, you have to learn about their story, and then you get them. How's it going, Jeremy? We're just chilling here talking about games. But if you really like that story-driven character building, I got Moonlight CC an hour and 35 minutes ago. She was released an hour and 40 minutes ago, and I got her in about 5 minutes after the release. First Moonlight Mystery Summon. That was my summon number 255 of my total, but like 5 of that session or something like that. 4 or 5 of that. 5 of that session, I believe. Yeah.
I despise everything boring.
How you doing today, Jeremy? How is your day going?
Don't play around. Gale wind.
We will also try some PvP tests on her, hopefully tonight. So I'll be streaming again tonight. The endless loop, Jeremy. Will you kill? That's the question. Can you kill it fast enough? Or will you fall asleep? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. So it's like in Guild Wars, that happens to so many healers. It's like, oof. Some garbage play there, man. I can't remember if they said it, though. Yeah, I'm gonna hype it up for you, and then you're gonna come back here and you're gonna be like, it is, dude. Oof.
Away with you.
That's this is very true, man. I'm gonna hype it up, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, man, that game was awful. Why'd you recommend that for me? If you did, I'd be like, don't be hating on my childhood.
Okay. All right. Be careful.
But I think you'll really enjoy it, to be perfectly honest. If you enjoy the classics, like, as long as you're not like expecting like certain things from like a AAA game, which I think I know you well enough that it's not exactly like you, but I know a lot of people would be like, I can't play it, I fell asleep after 5 minutes. Like, yeah, that's because your attention span is less than 5 minutes. And that's fine, but I mean, like, if your attention span's less than 5 minutes, it's less than 5 minutes, man. Nice, congrats, Jeremy. Oh, if there's... Richard, if there's like an Overlord, like collab, there goes all my bookmarks ever, man. And like if my girlfriend finds out, she's just gonna like pull them all immediately because she loves that series more than I do, and I really love the series. Oh, you played 12 also?
My past, regrets, and hesitation. I'll sever everything with this.
They're probably thinking, well shit, I don't have a defense team. We may as well just go with them.
Away with you.
Nice, Maya. Congrats to your friend.
How about this?
Did you specifically love the 12 system? Because I know a lot of people are quite, yeah, it's... I actually really like the combat, and I love the story for 15.
Present to you the greatest.
I know there's lots of like memes about like bromance and stuff like that, but whatever, man. Honestly, my one thing about 12 is my favorite character is Bosch than Balthier, and I just wish they're more focused than our, you know, our Don. I would have loved if it was more around those characters, but I still really loved 12. It's a really fun game. I enjoyed the full playthrough. Let's see. How old was I when I played 12? I think I was probably around... Yeah, probably 16, 17. Yeah, I played it sometime around then.
Can you hold out for more?
I'm just trying to think. My brother was... Yeah. I think my brother... He's either still in high school or in college. And he was older than me. He's older than me by 2.5 years. And we were playing WoW. Were we playing WoW then? I think we're still playing vanilla WoW at that time. Gotta remember the dates. Memory's not so good all the time. Except for if you ask me anything about vanilla WoW. I can tell you like everything.
I present to you the greatest magic.
Oh, she got stunned. Man. You know who I want, Richard? From there? I want Cocutus. I want Cocutus if they do a collab.
Release mana.
Give me my good boy Cocutus.
Fall.
I played in vanilla. I was the first 60 druid on my server and the first 60 mage on my server. Yeah, it's kind of awkward having two 60s at the time. I was a young, edgy basement lord kid.
So rude.
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
It was really fun. It encouraged you to group with other players, was one of the things that made it really interesting. And I'm going to be playing vanilla with my brother and some other friends when it comes back. Because the thing is, like, it's one of those things where part of it, like, leveling being awful is what made it so fun also. Because leveling was awful, and it was a pain in the ass. But the thing is, it forced you to play with other players and, like, make friends and stuff like that. No, I don't think it's just nostalgia. I think, like, generally the principle is that, like, we get all these games, right? And you're like, why do people, like, why is WoW fallen under 1 million subscribers recently? Yet stuff like Final Fantasy is doing really well, like Final Fantasy 14. And part of it's due to the fact that, like, current WoW iteration, you walk there, you go and you start doing your content. You don't need to talk to anyone. You don't need to make friends. You don't need to group for a regular quest. You don't even need to group for a dungeon. You just pop into Dungeon Finder. If you want to know anything about anyone, you just look on like their Raider.io score, so you know who you're gonna invite. You, like, everything you do is completely streamlined, and there's, like, no real community involvement. You don't know people in your server. Your server doesn't even matter at this point. And, like, I played on some other servers, and, like, one of the reasons why even stuff like Final Fantasy is so successful, because, like, when I played Final Fantasy 14, like, I played it a while ago, but I really loved it. And why is that? Because if I did a profession, it was meaningful. Like, the release of Final Fantasy 14. Like, doing a profession, I'm like, oh, I could get this awesome gear. And then, like, I knew people in my server because I needed to find people to group with. I needed to find people to do dungeons with. So I knew people on my server and stuff like that. Obviously, there's some raid finder and stuff like that, but a lot of it was, like, getting groups. Took me 5 summons on my 5th summon to get Moonlight CC. But that's after 251 summons of 0, 4-star, 5-star mystics from previous summons, so let's take that into account. Great luck today, horrible luck in the past. Also got my girlfriend to pull for me, so there you go. She's the luck of my life. Yeah, but I know a lot of people are saying it's nostalgia, but even if you, like, listen to a lot of the streamers who said it was nostalgia at first, they've taken back their words after playing it. Pretty good luck, Jeremy. Pretty good luck.
Can you hold out for more?
Congrats.
I'll shatter. Your pride.
Away with you!
Yeah. I'll be, also for Classic WoW, I'll be playing on a smaller pop server. Because I like that small community where you run into all the same people. Like, all the time, and you get, like, rivalries between them and stuff like that. And I don't want to play on a streamer server because I could list, like, 100 things that are wrong with playing on a big streamer server. Not a small streamer, but, like, a really big streamer. Because it completely ruins a lot of the experience of Classic WoW. I'll probably be streaming it too.
The greatest magic!
Moonlight Rin really isn't explored as much as people think. Like, she's a very rare use case. Like, for, like, as far as, like, normal meta goes. But if you want to do, like, off meta, you can use her in a lot of different ways. They're gonna do an update, release a new class and stuff like that. I'm more waiting for the new class in hardcore to come up to actually, like, give it some more go, because after, I think it was 15 hours, I'd gotten every single set in the game from my class, finished all of the content on Chaos 5, which is the hardest difficulty, and completely blessed every single piece of my gear, which is, like, enchanting to the maximum. So I was completely done, like, everything in about 15 hours. So at that point I'm like, well, if this was hardcore, you know, I wouldn't be done. There's no fucking way. I might be dead and starting a new character, but yeah, I'll be playing it, like, every time they have a major patch and stuff like that, just giving it my 2 cents and a good try. I do like the game, and the thing is, I know it's a small team. I've played games that have small team, like Vermintide and stuff like that, which are amazing games. Yep, I ripped a few times on stream, but it's like, if you're doing softcore, I don't really like softcore ARPGs. And the thing is, I could like softcore ARPGs, but the thing about softcore ARPGs is none of them have reasonably punishing death mechanics. Like, in no ARPG is there a death mechanic that is actually like, oh, I died, this sucks. It's not like Diablo 2,
Away with you!
where even in softcore, if you die, you're like, well, there goes, like, hours of grinding on my level. This sucks, bro. Like, it's not like that. Nowadays, it's like, oh, I died. Oh man, I have to run back like 15 seconds. Or I have to wait like 20 seconds to rest. This is awful, man. This ruins my experience, and people just go, like, off on a tangent, and I'm like, man, what the hell? Like, you may as well just, like, slam your face into it.
Can you hold out for more?
Oh my god, you got Dark Corvo? Dark Corvus is OP. Didn't you just get Moonlight CC, Nova? Didn't you just get Moonlight CC, Nova? Or am I thinking of someone else? So what curse, man? Don't make this salty boy get angry at you. That ain't a curse. You have insane luck, bro. Man, you're worse than Kazuto. Boom. Shots fired.
Fall.
At least Kazuto doesn't complain about his good luck. But I'm jing. Just rubs it in my face. My boy.
Entertain me, please.
I got like my boys in stream now. Yeah, like the same people coming back. It's enjoyable. Get to know all of you.
I'll go. I'm coming. I present to you the greatest magic.
Yeah, but you got Moonlight CC, so what's the problem? See, this is why I'm confused. Should we do 4 Moonlight pulls? Is that what we should do right now, guys? Should we do 4 Moonlight pulls before the reset? What do you guys think? Should I just save my Moonlight pulls? Save or pull?
So rude. Don't play around.
Got one save then?
Gale wind.
Oh yeah, of course I know you hack a show, Richard.
All right.
I shouldn't say of course, not many people know how much anime I have. I used to own so many physical anime DVDs that I built a chair with just anime that I could actually physically sit in. I've watched so much anime that it's absolutely ridiculous. I think at my anime tracker I'm at like 320 days straight watched of anime. Yu Yu Hakusho's a classic though, man.
My past, regrets,
Future
and
heroes, yep.
I'll sever everything with this.
I don't know. I could use a Watcher Shuri. Like, I would love a Watcher Shuri. I just feel like most things are gonna be through Mystic, so I may as well, like, do that. Yeah, I'm dead, I know.
Even I can't trust myself anymore.
Yeah, it is. I used to watch, when I used to work for a college in my 18 to 25, I used to watch, on average, 4 or 5 hours of anime a day for
Release me.
like 6 or 7 years. That's what I used to do.
Shatter.
I used to play Diablo 3, World of Warcraft, and watch anime. That was my entire life
Away with you.
after I went to work. Worked 8 hours a day and then go home and watch anime. I've watched a lot of oldies. Yeah, it was simple back then.
Shall we?
Yeah, it was a good life. Now I get jobs, and the only jobs I can get around here after work, like 100 hours, then get really sick for years and end up in the hospital, and yeah. Not so good.
Hold out for more.
How many years have I been watching One Piece? I remember my friend showed me episode 1 when it was released, and he's like, oh, the manga of this is really good. And then that's when I started watching it.
The death of my enemies made me stronger.
Yeah. No, I'm in a good mood. I'm just being real here. Just being real. Alright. Let's awaken fallen CC. We are all pretty old, man. Let's give her that beautiful increase here. Look at that HP. She looks a lot better when she's sitting down at the table, to be honest. See, how much is this? 4.8. Oof. That's a lot of effect resist, man. Promotion. Her base speed is like 104. So she's actually... Why is Kisei not locked? Her model here is amazing. She is like a very, very beautiful art model. But I just don't think her sprite does her justice. Where's my Kisei? Kisei! Why? I've got to lock my Kisei. Where's my Kisei? The heck? Alright, let's see. Let's go star. Have to lock that. Let's see, Kisei, gotta lock that. Sorry, regular Cecilia. You're gonna get imprinted wherever you are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am blind, and I'm an old man. I appreciate your honesty. Beyond all limits. If I really like her, I might use my imprints to get her up to 9.6%, because that's a really sick effectiveness. Let's see here. Oh, she's got some. Look at that HP, man. At 203, we can give her 4 more speed. She'll be up to 207. I'll actually be farming story later on. I've got 25 minutes. She only gives 4, I believe, from it, so 207. 4, yeah, I believe the last of her only gives 4, so she'll be at 207, I believe, or whatever it was. If it was 203, I think. Oh, right, so it'll be 5. The 25. Completely forgot Hashmi. It'll be 5 extra on that because it gives 25%, so it'd push it up to 1 extra. So it'd be a 5 if it's bonus 4. Completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me. So I think it'd be like 208 or something. If I was at 203, it'd be 208. Back in my day. Yeah, this old man needs some memory jumps sometime. Ooh. With that awakening, starting to see some real increase in it. That one sword I got with effectiveness, effective resist might actually be really good for the HP one, because it's also got, what will your HP be? Let's see, it was 5.3, and I think she goes up to 7.6 from 5.3 thousand to 7.6. That's a 2.3 thousand increase. I'm just trying to do it off memory here. So 2.3. It's about, should probably be like 25,000. I'll probably get her close to like 25,000, just based off my estimates. I could look up the numbers and do the math, but I'm guessing it'll probably be around 25,000 by the time I hit 60 and awaken her. Because then you have 24, 25,000. And if I mola... So let's say I get 25,000. I mola her S2. Mola her S2, that'll be 15%. So 15% of 25,000 will be 3,750, I believe. 3,750, I think, yeah. Pretty sure that's right. And 3,750 shields. If I mola her S2 full, which I probably will. Because I really like her design, I really like a lot of things about the character, so. That's head math, it's not calculator math, so I could be off. Look at that sword. Yeah, but then if you could get like to 30,000, you'd be up to... You went to 30,000 with max mola, you'd be at 4,500. So yeah, I think it's 3,750. Or 2,500 with max mola. Sorry about my rambling.
Away with you. Let me help. How about this?
I'm probably gonna... What will my defense be? I didn't really check my defense. Gotta... I know it's gonna be like...
I present to you
Oh, arena defense. Well, it's gonna be a tough one. Because I really like my current defense. I'm probably gonna take apart... It's probably gonna be a bad idea. But I'm probably gonna take apart Dizzy. And I'll probably do Ciarmin, Angelic Montmorency, Rule, and Crimson Armin. My defense almost, last time I checked, has like 40% win. Right now it's Dizzy, Ciarmin, Rule, and Montmorency.
don't play around. Gale wind. All right, be careful.
My defense is Cancer. Because that's all you can do in this meta. Oh, it looks like we're probably gonna die here, but
I'll shatter
we will see.
your pride.
Oh, we got a skill nullifier off. Maybe we can stun. Ooh, we stunned. We can probably win it now. Thank you, stun.
Don't play around. Gale wind.
Ooh, that's nice, Ashmi. Some good defense. Dude, because the RNG factor on your team is like ridic. Aw, almost beat him.
Even I can't trust myself anymore.
Because the thing is, you're going to have so much RNG working against them.
Release men.
Your Dizzy is ridic fast, man. Oh, I'd be furious at that defense, man.
Never get back.
I probably wouldn't even touch it, though, to be honest. I'd probably look at that defense and be like, nah, ain't touching that one. Ain't no way this boy gonna get any saltier. Or I'd touch it and I'd instantly regret it. I don't want to come to Challenger, man. I don't want to do it. Let me copy your in-game name. I'm gonna make some room on my friend and add you, dude. If you don't mind. I know I have a bunch of people I don't really know, so. Rather add people I do know in-game, man. Is your Violet a rep?
Don't play around. Gale wind. So rude.
Do you have him as your thief support, Ashmi? Or no? Who's your thief support?
Step aside.
No, this is probably another rip. I'm not doing well. Oh, swamp lady. Lady of the swamp.
Gale wind.
Will save us all. Yeah. I'm so bad for leaving naked characters on the support. I do apologize to everyone who has me in their group and finds out one of my characters is naked. I truly do feel bad, but there's so little gear in this game that it's really hard to keep your supports up to date if you're switching them like 4 times a week like I am. Messing around with characters.
Away with you.
Hashmate?
I despise
Violet's actually like one of my favorite. Let me just see. Have you joined my Discord channel? I just started it not too long ago, but trying to keep track of like this and other games. Oh, I forgot my. Yeah, it's Yeah, I was gonna show it off more when I do a guide video, because right now it's like the same people who I stream. I don't think you were. I only made it recently, and I don't think you were in those broadcasts where I advertised it. I'm gonna be advertising it heavily in, with my guide videos, because that's mainly like the audience I want to grab in for the Discord too. How many polls did it take? It took 5, but before that I had 251 polls of mystics without a 4 or 5 star mystic. Well, I think I mentioned it like only once during one of my streams, once or twice. I didn't mention it much.
Can you hold out for
I know I was talking to Kaz about it in one of the streams, so not sure which one that was. And I appreciate that you watch streams that you missed. I actually know a few people who do that. I'm actually surprised. I'm like, wow,
away with
it's
you?
pretty cool, man. Appreciate the watches. Let's see here. Alright, let me add you here to Discord. I can't pull up my Discord because I'm in streamer mode right now, so that's the thing. Like, if you're in streamer mode, it hides your Discord number, so I don't remember it. Who's Veritas?
My enemies
Ren?
make me stronger.
Or what is Veritas? Sorry if I'm ignorant.
I present to you the greatest magic. Wait.
Okay, added you.
I despise everything boring.
Is it a popular streamers guild or something, or just a guild? Figured it was a guild, but I was like, is this like someone who's like a big streamers guild or specific? Got 15 minutes before servers down.
Release mana. Fall.
The question is,
And never get back on your feet. Away with you. All right, be careful.
yeah, Kia used to hang around here and in my channel and grab tactics they could use. It's a while back. I talk lots of strategy and stuff like that here, so I see quite a few people come in here and chat about it.
I present to you the greatest magic.
I was gonna say something, but I'm old, so I forget stuff.
I'll go.
Sent my ballot. Oh, okay. Gonna look at it on the other monitor. Oh, wait. We just killed it real quick. You haven't fully awakened him yet. Not bad, to be honest. A little bit low on the defense and crit hit chance, but other than that, you got really nice stats. He is using health lifesteal though, so that's good.
I'll shatter
You should play it more.
your pride.
Play it enough to have a pretty strong character, man. Still not challenger. Means you play it enough.
So rude.
Come.
Okay. How about this?
But Hashmi, that's just playing it smart, man. You've got the right idea. You don't have to play much. Traishi Kron. I don't know who I have right now. It's my main supporters. Should probably check on that.
Release.
Probably not impressive. I don't really want to check on stream because it'll be embarrassing. I have a question though for people here, because you're mostly my regulars. I'd be proud of that defense too, man. Sounds awesome.
Don't play around.
Anything over like 50% defense win is like so awesome too. Oh yeah, I have a question. I might try and look for my webcam and put up a live stream of me. I don't know if people want to see or if they don't care. Whether they don't give a shit or rather actually see me. Some people say they want to see me, some people say they don't. I don't know.
I present to you the greatest magic.
So I just figured I'd ask in stream, see what people think, since you guys are here.
Everything with this.
Guys are my regulars.
Away with you!
Okay, that's one.
Please.
Yeah, that's what I find too. Is people with the face cam, like when you can see them, they usually get more viewers. I think for some people it creates like a personality, like you can actually see the person, so it's more real.
Can you hold out for more?
Yeah, I don't really like streaming on Twitch, to be honest. I don't get many viewers at all. It's a different crowd on Twitch too. Like, I know a lot of people disagree with like my thoughts on things. Like, I have very strong opinions on certain things. I streamed on Twitch for a bit, but I had like one viewer in the channel, so I just stopped streaming. So I tried it for a bit and there's like no one in Twitch, so I'm like, well, okay, man. Like, nobody's on Twitch, so I ain't streaming here. It's just another monitor to look at, and then no one's communicating on Twitch. I was like, alright. But I was actually, yeah, what I was saying is I was like, my friend, I used to play Black Desert with her. She was streaming Guild Wars. And like, I know some of the people on Twitch, like, fucking piss me off, man. Such assholes. Like, YouTube's much more chill audience. But I know, like, it's the norm for a lot of people, but this guy comes in and he pretends like he didn't know anything about the game and, like, tried to test her or whatever. Like, if she had knowledge. And, like, you know, pretending and, like, you know, being like, oh, like, I need to know whether you're worth to watch or not. And I'm like, wow, you're kind of an asshole, man. And like Twitch chat while I was watching, he's like, no, I don't understand what you mean. Like, everyone does this. It's like, yeah, just because everyone does it doesn't mean it's kind of an asshole-ish thing to do. He's like, I do this stuff to all of the streamers. I'm like, dude, that's just like, you're being an entitled asshole. Like, I don't care if most people do it. Like, you know, you think that your time is so important that you want to manipulate people.
Away with you!
Is it? I haven't, like, I didn't get much on my Twitch from Epic 7. Like, I got 1 or 2 viewers. And they didn't even say anything, so I'm like, whatever. And I'll be, like, sitting here chatting with everyone in YouTube. That's why I'm kind of like, well... Who's Class Bozo? YDCB is just funny, man. The guy's funny. Like, that's all there is to it. The guy's an entertainer. Honestly, it's like a guilty pleasure watching him. He's just an entertaining man. I mean, that's all there is to it, in my opinion. Like, he isn't the greatest player, no. But he's really fun to watch. It's really entertaining. I don't really like to watch the Korean streamers. Most of the Korean streamers, it's like, yeah, it's not really our meta either. It's like, they have completely different metas. Sometimes it's like interesting to watch some of their videos to see what they're doing. But they've had a lot more time to farm. Like, there's a lot of, like, different heroes more in the pool over there than here, so people will be like, well, Koreans do it this way, so it's the right way. It's like, it's not really how it works. They've got a different pool of heroes that are common. They have different preferences between team setups. They have different preferences between, like, artifacts too sometimes. And it's like, there's just like, it's a rock paper scissors game, and like what's happening in the Korean meta doesn't necessarily mean it's better or worse than our meta. It's just a different meta. Yeah, that's good. Like, it's always good to follow people who you enjoy their character, in my opinion. Like, that way, it's like, Epic 7's not going to last forever, no game is, so. Let's see. Oh, I don't need that one. Don't need that one at all. Looks like the server's about to go down. Let's try and do that. Yeah. So I might try it. Yeah, if you don't care, like I might try it for a couple times, and if people want it, they can see what I look like and like make fun of me for being an old man. I mean, it's all cool to me. But I figure I may as well just try it out, see if people feel like it's better, if it's worse. Maybe I'm like looking off into the stars and distracting. Then that's fine. I'm always like willing to try new things. Like that's how I kind of got to my certain like style of guides I do right now. Is like I did a bunch of different guides. One sec. I did a bunch of different guides and like just got people's feedback. Yeah, I have to do a lot of work with the music. Hash me, I have to be very specific because I do get demonetized and warnings for that. I'm not even joking you. Like I've been like I looked at some of my videos and I'm like, oh, I can't even be monetized, so I don't really care right now, but I'm like, I should probably watch myself. Yeah. No, there's certain songs I'm trying to figure out what they are. Like, I'm going to play more songs. I'm going to figure out which songs get me demonetized and which ones don't. And then, because to me, I'm like, I don't care because I don't get any money from YouTube. Server out for me. It's probably going to be out as soon as I click something. Yeah, there we go. But I have to, like, pick and choose very carefully once I get monetized. Because then I'll have a bigger impact to me. Which I can't be monetized right now, so it doesn't matter. The guide videos, yeah. If I play music, depending on what music it is, I found certain songs immediately demonetized. So, the videos, I don't play music in them, or the guide videos, I don't play music in them, so if I were to like play music in them, then they might even get strikes. Yeah, I searched a lot of them. This is a real story. I put copyright-free songs in some of my videos. And I'm like, oh, this is all right. And people just absolutely shat on them. Like, I've never gotten so much negative feedback. I actually had to take some down. Because there's just some people that were just like, this fucking ass, you're a fucking idiot. Like, all this kind of like really horrible stuff, and it's like, man, it's just a song, chill. Like, but I was like just getting like fiercely bashed, and I'm like, fine, I'll just won't play anything. Like, if people are really this pissed off about a song like that doesn't even have words in it, like, okay, man. Anyhow, I'll be on later today, so thanks everyone for watching. Have a good day and good luck on your polls if you haven't done them yet. Chrono Trigger music, I get demonetized immediately. I don't know which songs there are, I'll have to double check, but if I play Chrono Trigger music, I get demonetized. Which doesn't matter to me right now because I'm not monetized at all. But it makes it so that if a viewer watches it, they're going to get ads, right? So if you're watching it, you're going to get ads playing on it, and I don't even get money for those ads. So, I mean, it's kind of like a shitty deal that way. So if you see some of my videos that have ads on it, it's not that I'm monetized, it's that someone demonetized it and claimed it for themselves to monetize it. yeah, I'm gonna but I will check which song it is because I think it's only like 1 or 2 songs in the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, so I might have to make a custom soundtrack with stuff that doesn't get me demonetized and try it out on stream and see what the results are. Anyhow, I have to get ready for a few appointments and stuff like that. Love to chat for a bit longer, but I've got some real life appointments to make. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of the day, everyone.